Welcome to another Zenler. So in this Zenler, what we're going to look at today is accessibility for the live class feature. So having already tested this with a marketing challenge that me and Alice run, I found that there was certain things that could be tweaked or done better in the site for an accessibility side of things. Okay, so if people come into your course and you've added lives to the course, they're going to normally see just this block here. But what we want to do is make it really accessible for people to be able to book their spot. And if they don't understand this side of things, you can practically get rid of it if you're just running lives. So what I've done here is I just hooked up these buttons here that say really clearly when the stuff is happening. You know, you can add as much detail in there as you want. Should have added the time in there as well. And then it becomes really easy when your users come into your site and then they see that there's buttons there to click rather than going down here. So at the moment it does give us the time down here, and this should be put into this area as well. But at the moment what they do is they haven't got access to this block. So what they do is if these are closed up, it can be really hard to understand where to go. So what they would do is open this up, click start, and then they would go through to the page, and then they would click book my spot. Okay, but we want to make it easier for them and have that information readily available in a cool looking block. So we created this block, and what these buttons do is basically click through to the lesson. So they go through to the lesson now, and they can go, oh, click my book my spot, and they can book it directly from there. So it makes it really easy. Now there's a second caveat with this as well. When you set up the live class, you have automated emails, and those automated emails have got links going to the live pages rather than the course page, and this was the biggest problem that we found. So what we wanted to do was actually put the link here into the automated emails. That way there's no confusion. So if I just go into the site and show you the live and show you where the confusion is, then it will be really clear. So I'm going to walk you through what I did with these blocks, and then you'll understand. So I'm going to jump into the admin side of the site and just have a look. So I'm going to go into the admin. I'm going to go to the live. I'm going to look at those two lives that we've got in there. One of them I've already prepared, and the other one I haven't. So if I go into live classes, you can see I've got two live classes. So this is the one that's already sorted, but this is the one that people would potentially have problems with. So let me go into here and just go into edit. And when you set your lives up and you put them in your class, that's great, but you'll normally go into automations and set these up. So by default, we've given you a template, and this in my opinion needs changing, because it gives a link to the join link here, which actually accesses not the course but actually accesses the page inside here. Well, in theory, we never want anyone to go into this area. We only want them to access the course through the actual course, you know, so that we don't want them to access the live through these live pages. We actually want them to access the live in the course, so there's no confusion. You know where people are coming from, because what we found is some people were watching the live in the course itself, and other people were watching it via this. So they were on the waiting page and all this stuff. So they were sitting there on the waiting page here, and then they'd enter the live class here. So we want to eliminate that problem, and the problem is caused by this automation sequence inside here, because it gives you this link inside here which leads to that page. So what we need to do is we need to send them to the actual live lesson inside the course, and that way you know they're coming into that area, and you know that they've booked it because there's nice big buttons. So I'm going to show you one that I've done, and it'll all make sense. Then I'm going to walk you through exactly how to do it, and I'm going to use this one as a tester for that. So I'm now in my courses, and the first thing I need to do is set up my blocks going to the live lessons that I've put in to my course. So we're going to go into that, and we're going to look at that quickly. I'm just going to show you the curriculum. So you can see I've got two sections in here. One is, this section is the live starting on the 8th of February, and this section here is the one starting on the 28th. And all I've done is I've dropped a live into there. So you go to your lives. Let me just delete this out just to prove it to you. Let's just delete this out and let me just show you. So you go to lives and then you select your live. This one is the 8th, so I'm going to drop that in there and click done, and that's how we can create the live in the class. Okay, so I've done exactly the same for the second one as well. You can see it's in there, and we're going to actually rename this group live. Click save to that. Okay, so that is how we've dropped the lives into the course. So now we need to look at the page. So we're going to go to the pages. Remember that people coming into your course, they're going to go into that course access page. So we're going to go and edit this page, and I'm going to show you what you see and how to put that block in there that I added. Okay, so I'm on that page, and by the way, guys, ignore all this area. This is part of my training that I'm doing for Sunday Lives. So just ignore this. This will be your normal page. The main thing to look at here is that curriculum that you've got set up. So what we want to do now is we want to create another block that allows us to access these lessons straight away. And it's really easy to do, guys. So in your course access page, we're going to do that now. Now you need to make sure that the lessons are included in there, the lives are added here. This is a two-part process. We'll set up the blocks in here, and then we'll go into the automations and we'll be sending them to those blocks, and you're going to see how it all works from that point of view. So we're going to click in, add a new block. We're going to add a new block. I've only got 2 lives running, so I'm just going to add a row. I'm going to first add a single row here, and inside there I'm going to add an H1 heading, and I'm going to put my text in there for this. Let's do this now. I'm going to drop my text in for that. Now I'm going to add another little H2 heading. You can just use standard text for this, up to you. So I'm going to add this one now for the second line of text. Let's drop that in there. I'll make this a bit smaller and change it into a red. So I'm just going to open up the gear icon on this side, and then we're just going to choose a red for this, and I'm going to make this text size down to about 20, and maybe make it bold so it stands out. So this is all about accessibility, so it gives clear instruction on what's going on. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is now set up my rows for these parts. So I'm going to come down here, I'm going to grab a 2 column single rows there, and inside here I'm going to add text elements and a button element as well. Okay, I'm just going to make this a bit smaller. And just do a little line break here. Okay, so that's the first one. So that's saying the date. Now I'm just going to add the button to this. So you can add a little icon if you like. I added a little icon to mine, so I just search under icon here, and then I just search under arrow. But you can design this up exactly how you want to. This is not important. This is not the functionality of it. This is just the aesthetics. So if I just add a little button in there, and we'll make that a little bit bigger inside here. Remember, we can save this block out, so you've only got to do it once, and then you can just use it in other places. So in here I'm just going to put this on 60, so make it nice and big, and then I'm going to come down here and just change this to something really stand out, like red. And then I'm just going to add a little bit of animation. So I'm going to go into the settings for this, and you can add a little bit of an animation so you get something happening, you know, when it's in there. I think I used something like slide down in, something like that, and then you get it sort of sliding down and in. Just look for one that suits whatever you want it to look like. So we can even slide up. I think that's good. And now the important bit, which is the button. So I want to come in here and add a new element. So I'm going to come in and add an element, and we want to add the button. So we now have this button, so I want to go and just put some text in here for this button. So I'll put something like reserve your seat, and then underneath I'm just going to put click to book for this event, something like that, so it's really clear. Now I'm just going to go into the styling for this, and I'm just going to up this styling a little bit. I'm going to make it 18 so it's a bit bigger inside here, and then I just want to make that button really clear. So again, I'm just going to put it into the red. Again, you can pick whichever color you like. I'm not going to have any border thickness on this, so I'm going to turn that off. And now the important bit, we need to put the link to this lesson here into this button. So we're going to do that in a second, but before I do that, I'm just going to clone these so I can drop them across. I'm going to just clone this across, and then I'm going to change the date. It just saves me doing all that work again. So I can come into here and we can just select the 8th, the 28th for this particular one, and I can go 12 p.m. GMT time. I'm just going to put the date in for this one as well, which is what I should have done for this one. So I'm going to put 12 p.m. GMT. Okay, you can put your different time zones in there if you wanted to. And now I'm going to click for this one, and we're not going to change the settings for that. What am I doing? Let's just click the duplicate, and then we're going to throw this across to here. Again, it will keep that animation effect that you added to it. And then we're going to clone this one. So now we're going to make a really clear block of what's going on. Guys, you can design this up however you like. I just wanted a nice clear block up here. I'm going to move this up a bit. And now the important bit, we need to now link these buttons to the appropriate lesson. So it's really easy to do. We can just save this out here, and I'm going to preview this, and we're going to link these up to the right buttons. All right, let's go and preview this. Click preview. It's now going to bring me into this panel, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to come down to here, and I'm going to, there's two ways of doing this. You can right hand click on it and copy the link address, or you can click through and you can grab this link from here. So I'm copying this link. So there's two ways of doing it here. So now I've got that link for the first live. I'm going to jump back to our edit button. I'm going to go into the settings. I'm going to go settings here, and I'm going to go choose action, go to link, and I'm just going to paste that link in there and click save. Now this will link to this lesson inside the course. Okay, it will link to this lesson. So I need to do one more. I need to go back and do the second one. So I'm going back to the curriculum, and I'm going to click inside here, and we're going to copy it this time. So I'm going to right hand click, copy link address, going to jump back into this one for this live, because this live corresponds with this one here, remember that. We're going to click inside here, we're going to go to settings, and then we're going to choose an action, which is a go to link, and we're going to paste that link in there, and we're going to click save. And now we're going to check it works. So I'm going to go back to our previewed page, and I'm going to refresh the page. So I'm holding the control key and hitting the refresh, and now I'm going to check that, like this, they go through to the same area. So remember, these ones go through to this page. We can go back one here, and this one goes through to this event. You can see it in here, it's highlighting it. Okay, so we now need to make sure that these do the same. So I'm going to click in here, and you're going to see straight away it's gone into the right one. So it allows people to book straight away. They can see that visual button on there, and they can see it. So it actually eliminates the need for this curriculum block. So let's click this one now and just make sure it goes into there, which you see it does. So that is that handled. Accessibility wise, this course is now a lot easier for people to book their spots by creating this block. Now remember also, guys, you can save this block out. So you can save this block out, you can use it in another live, another course live that you're doing, but you need to remember to reset up these links in here going to the appropriate lesson inside your course. All right, it's really important. So I saved the block out earlier anyway, so I'm just going to delete this one out and drop the block that I created earlier. So if you go down here, you can see this is the block I created earlier, and if I click that in there, it's pretty much the same. It just looks a little bit better, and I click save to that. And you know, always go in and preview the page and test it. So this is something you should be doing every single time when you're doing stuff. So I'm going to refresh this page because this is the wrong one. There we go. And I'm going to click and make sure that it works. Yep, it goes through to that one. I'm going to go back. It's definitely worth double testing everything. Goes through to the right one, goes back. So this page is now sorted out. So now what we need to do is we need to tell the automations to go to these links. Okay, so instead of going to the live inside the course, so when we go to lives, come out of courses now. Instead of the automation going to where it would normally go, which is the page, we're going to tell the automation to go to that link, which is here. Okay, so we got that page open, ready to grab these links. We know they work, and we're going to set the automation up so it works with that. So I'm going to go into edit for this automation, and we're going to just play around with this and change it. So I've got my live in here. I'm going to name this. So I'm going to name this group live. Okay, down here I'm going to change some of this. So this is the only problem, this link here. So I want to be linking to this new one. Now this is for the 29th, this one's for the 28th, so I need to make sure that I'm using the 28th link. So I'm going to right hand click, I'm going to go into here, I'm going to click save the image, save the link, or you can do it down this way, and we just want to put that same link in. So I'm going to make sure it's hitting the right one. I'm going to copy this, and we're going to jump back now. We're going to make sure that link goes in here. Now there's a few ways you could do it. You could say click here for booking. Okay, you could do that, and click here for booking, click here to reserve your seat. It's really up to you, and then you could copy that and you could go right, add a link, insert a link, and then you could insert the link there. That's that link that we grabbed, click insert, and then it's sorted. So we got that link in there. What I prefer to do is create a little image. So I've created a little image, so I'm going to go to here, and I've got this little button that I've created. So with this little button, I'm able to put this straight into there. So I'm going to just do a couple of paragraph breaks, and then I'm just going to add my button. So I've created a little button, and I can go and make that a bit smaller if I want to, and make sure that personalization goes in there. So when's the date? Live class scheduled time. Okay, and on this link I'm going to edit this, and I'm going to drop a link, that same link, into there. You can put a caption in here as well, a title, sorry, go to the live to book. Okay, and then I click save. Now the thing to remember about this is they need to be logged in to actually see it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down the bottom, and I'm going to go if you're not logged in, it will ask you to. So you can put something like that. It's up to you what you put. You're going to see the way it works in a minute. So now I've done that. You've got the calendar, you've got the host. That's all I need to do really. The rest of it is just bells and whistles to how you want it to kind of work. So I've got that nice big button in there. You can put a bit of text in there. Click link below to book to go to the live, something like that. Go to the live and book. All right, because remember, people are going to be booking this live through the site. They're going to come into the site and they're going to book it if they need to. So this is all you need to do in here. You just need to get rid of that link that said here, join the live class link, because this join the live class link, and this is the important bit, guys, the join the live class will link to the page in here rather than the course, and that's where we want to send them. So that's what we're going to do. So once you've done that initial page, is then a case that you can actually just grab this and you can use this in the rest of the automations that you've got set up. So if I grab this text here, I'm going to grab this stuff on page, just going to go down here. I'm not grabbing the bottom, by the way. Copy. I'm going to make sure this is live. It's going out as soon as someone enrolls. So we're going to save changes to that, and we're going to then jump to these. So this is going out 1 hour. I'm going to do 1 hour and 15 minutes before, so I'm going to change it slightly. So this is 1 hour. So again, you can put the title, whatever you like in there. I'm going to put this in there. So we're going to go, your live starts in 1 hour. Okay. And then that's all correct because we pasted it in. If you've got any extra bits going on in here, you can delete them out. So it's looking nice. Good. It's good. Again, remember guys, you can preview this as well. So you can preview. Okay. So let's close that. So this is going out 1 hour. You can see that. So I'm going to jump on to the next one now. Let me just save this. Save the changes. Let's jump into this one now. Just going to select this. And I want this to go out 15 minutes. So just going to go into this code. So I want this to go out 15 minutes. So I'm going to go live starts in 15 minutes. Okay. So leave it the same. We're going to change this to 15 minutes and then put whatever you like in there. And we're going to change this to minutes. I'm going to put 15 in there. So before scheduled time, 15 minutes. That's good. And that looks good in there. Just get rid of that. Save that. And if you've got users in there already, you do this. I haven't got any users in this one, but I'm going to click yes anyway for that. Okay, so that's done. So I've got this all set up, so it now should all work. So we got rid of the important bit to take away from this is to make sure that you have not dropped in that link, you know. So you can make sure the scheduled time's in there, but just don't put in this live class join link. You want to be linking it via the course as I just showed you. So you want to be making sure that it's going to this lesson here, and that's the link you want to use in your automations for the mail. So let's now test this and see how it all works and see what the user experience is going through this. Okay, so I have a user inside here, and he's enrolled in the course, and this is the course that we're interested in. This is the one that we're just editing. So we're enrolled in this course. So let's see what happens when we book ourselves into this live. So I'm going to jump into the incognito now, and I'm going to just join that live. So I'm going to go into a new incognito window, and inside here I'm going to put our site like so, and I'm going to click sign in. And I'm going to use my sign-in details to sign in here. And let's go and log in now. Okay, so I'm logged in. I'm going to go to my courses, and I'm going to go into here. You're going to see some things pop up in here because I've got the course. So look, it tells me I'm in here already. And this is the one I'm concerned about. I've already booked for this one for testing purposes. So I'm going to go into the live group now. Here it is. And I see this lovely big button, and I'm like, right, okay, so I could, like I mentioned before, I could delete this curriculum block out if I'm just running lives. So I'm going to almost ignore this bottom block, and I'm going to click here. This is going to take me straight into that live, and I haven't booked for this. So it's going, whoa, book my spot. Oh, okay, so I've got to book my spot. So I'm going to click that now, because I had a big button telling me, and it's going to say you've successfully booked your spot. So let's see what emails I receive now. So I'm going to go back, and I'm going to literally log out now. So I'm going to go back to the curriculum. I'm going to come into here, and I'm going to log out. We're going to look at the emails I received. So I'm now logged out the site. You know, I can go about my business. I've booked myself for the session. So what emails do I receive from the training site to get into that, to bypass those pages that are in the live itself and not in the course? So we're going to jump into my email now and look at those. So you're now going to see that it sent me an email. So I've successfully registered on the group. So I can display the images below, and you can see I've successfully booked your spot on the live by David. Topic group live 28th at 12 p.m. GMT. When? So it's given the same time, Europe, London. Click the link below to book direct. So I've now changed that link not to go to the live in the site itself. Remember, it would normally be going to this page here inside the live. That link, that personalization link, would normally be putting them on this page here, but we bypass that. So now let's see what happens when I click this link. Now I'm going to just copy this link because I need to show it to you in incognito. So as I'm logged in, so I'm in incognito, pretend I've clicked that link. This is where it will take me. So it will go here and it will go, oh, you're not logged in. So I know I have to log in. So I'm going to log in here. Let me just put in my email. And the password. And let's see what happens when I log in. And bang, I'm straight into this one. So if I haven't booked it, or I'm turning up to wait for the live, then that's where it's going to take me. So I'm going to come into here. So remember, I'm going to receive two other emails, one day before and one 15 minutes before. And then this is going to be starting. So then I can just wait here and go straight in there. So I've bypassed going through those pages. I've bypassed going into this waiting page here, you know, because I'm going to be straight into the course itself, which is going to be a much better experience. So hopefully that is really clear for you guys, so you can get people just to come into the course to watch it, as opposed to going to the pages in here. Now you might be saying, well, why do you need pages? Well, pages are going to be really useful if you, for instance, have the live class set up as a paid live, because if you have it set up as a paid live, then you're going to want to send them to that. So if I just show you, if I add a pricing plan to here and I put in here like $50 for this and paid, so you can run this along with the free in the course. So if I put in here paid, and then we go to tax exempt in there and click add. Now what's going to happen is going to set up our pages, go to our pages, and people are going to go through here. So you could send this out to people you want to pay to be part of this. So they're not part of the course because they're going to get this live for free, but you want to bring people in just to watch this live. So if you want to use paid lives, we've got to do something else. And this is really important, because if you just have this live class going into a course, it's absolutely fine. But if you're adding it to, and you want to take payment for a live course as well, it's going to be slightly different, because obviously we've set up our automations all to go to the course. Now if we're setting this for a paid live as well, then we don't want the same automation to go out, because the link will be to the course. They haven't signed up for the course, so they're not going to be able to get in it. So what we need to do is we need to set up a second row of automations, and we need to use the original link to here in order to do that. And it's really easy to do. We can use advanced filtering to do this, and then it will all work perfectly well. So what we're doing here is we have our live class in our course, and we've set up a nice little block, and we've set up the automation to go straight to the lesson link, and that's perfect for our people that are in the course. What we're doing now is we're setting up a paid version as well. So we want a different email to go out to people that are paying for this live, and a different email to go out for people that are in the course. And fortunately, it's really easy with automations. So I'm going to walk you through it now. Now we're going to be basically sending people that are paying for this course through this pipeline. Okay, people that are already in the course are not going to go through this pipeline, because they're going to go straight to the course as already shown. So I'm going to go back into our automations, and we're going to set up a little bit of filtering to make sure this only goes out to people that are in the course, and another email goes out to people that are not in the course. And it's really easy to do. We're going to go into edit. So we're going to be using filtering to do this. So we give you this option inside of Zenler. So down here we have our perfect little enroll, our first email that goes out to people successfully registered to the group live. And what we're going to do now is we're only going to send this to people that are in the course. So we're going to add a filter group down here, and we're going to say we're going to add a filter, and we're going to go down here and we're going to say enrolled in course. So enrolled in course, and we're going to say we are enrolled in the group live sessions there, or membership content, because this in this case is a membership content, but we can put group live sessions. Okay, so this is now set up. It'll only send people matching this enrolled in course live sessions. Let's click save change. That's done. And now we're going to go down to our reminders, because we need to do it for all our reminders as well. And we're going to do exactly the same. So we're going to come down to our filter group. We're going to go add a new filter, and down here enrolled in course, and we're going to say live group sessions. We're going to get saved to that, and then we're going to click to the next one and repeat the process. So really easy, guys. So this email will only go to people that are enrolled in that group. So we're going to go to add a filter, enrolled in there, and we're going to click live group sessions and click save. Perfect. Now we need to set up a new remit of emails that go out based on people that are not in the course. So anybody not in the course. So what we're going to do is we're going to add an action. We're going to go send mail. And for this one, what we're going to do is we're just going to steal the content from this one and put it into here, but we're just going to change the links. So we're going for, we're going to call this paid enroll. Okay, I'm going to call that paid enroll, and that will be, or paid enroll registration, to make it nice and easy. Remember, guys, you can do this once and then you can clone these lives, and then you just need to update those links to different things. So this is how you can do it. So we're going to go in here and we're going to take that first content. I'm just going to save this, and we'll set up the filtering in a second after we've done this. So we need to go in here and just put let's put you have paid and are now able to access this live. Okay, so we're going to put that for now, and we're going to click save to that, and I'm just going to, it's going to say we currently paused. I'm going to say yes, apply to existing students. That's going to be fine, and we're going to jump into here, and I'm going to basically steal this content so I haven't got to repeat myself. It makes life a lot easier. So I'm going to grab this content up here, and we just grab that, copy it, and we're going to go back into this now, and I'm just going to take the name there, and I'm just going to put that in there. Perfect. So what I need to do now is I need to delete this link out, because this is going to here. So click below to go to the live. So click below. I'm going to put in here your link to the live. And then I'm going to put 2 colons and to a colon, and I'm going to use personalization, and I'm going to drop that link back in. So this time we're going to do live class join link. So we're going to drop that in there. So that's basically done. So if you're successfully booked, let's call it and paid for a spot on the live class, and it's got my name, a topic, and then your link to the live class. Let's make that bold like we have for the other bit. And if you're not, and I'm going to get rid of this bit because I don't need it. And so we're basically back to how we had it before. And then I'm going to just put in here, let's just customize this and put good doggy. Okay, so that's it. That's the first one. So what I can do now is I can copy this, and we can use that in our next one. So now we need to filter this. We need to add a filter, because if I don't add a filter, what this mail will go out to people that are in the course as well. So I need to say, if you're not in the course, you'll receive this email. And it's really easy to do. First of all, I'm going to save the changes, and we're going to come down here, and now we're going to click in here, add filter group, and we're going to go to add a filter, and down here we're going to go not enrolled. So not enrolled in course, and we're going to say group live sessions. So if they're not in group live sessions, they won't receive this. So if they're not, sorry, if they're not enrolled in the course, they will receive this. But if they are enrolled in the course, they won't receive it. So I'm going to click save to that, because the other one was enrolled in course. This is not enrolled in course, so it's the opposite. So now I can take this text here, and I can use that for the duplicate of the rest of the bits. So let me just grab this down to here. let's just copy that, and let's go to our email reminders. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this one out, and I'm going to call it, let's just leave it, select raw, clone. Okay, so I've cloned it, it's a copy, you can see it's a copy, and we'll call this paid up here. So we can now put that text in there. I'm going to paste that text that I just took out. Let's paste it in there. Oh, let's just save this. So there we go, we got that. We don't want any of this, so I'm going to delete all that out. Okay, and we're going to put in here, it's 1 hour before, live session starts in 1 hour. Okay, so this is the 1 hour reminder, this is for paid. So I can put in here your paid live class starting in 1 hour. So you've paid for it. And then we're going to click save to that. So remember, I've got that filter, and that's for not enrolled in course. Okay. And now I've got the last one to do, which is the 15 minutes. So I think I've called this 1 day, but it should be 15 minutes. This is the original. So just take it easy. It's easier than it looks. It's just, you know, can throw people out and confuse people. So I want to now duplicate this one. So again, we're going to duplicate. And I'm going to call this paid. Click clone. There's our paid one. So I'm going to put in here paid live class starting in, and I'm going to choose this text again. I'm going to delete it all out and just paste in my other one. Okay, so let's just delete this out. Sometimes it doesn't delete out properly. I just need to go in here and just delete it out, and we're going to put in here your live paid class starting in 15 minutes. Okay, so let's check this down here. So we're enrolled in course, we need to change this. I'm just going to click save changes to this at the moment. We'll make it live. Click no to that. And now I'm going to go in here and edit these filters. So I want to put this on not enrolled, and I want to select the group live session. Click save to that. So let's check them over. So we've got all these paid. So this is paid here. I'm going to put this in capitals so it stands out, and just save that off. And I can see that I've got the 2 paid ones in there, 1 hour, 15. And inside there I've got the 2 versions for this. So this is the paid enrolled. So I'm just going to check through them. Always a good idea to check through them. So this one goes out, we've got everything we need. It goes through to the course. This is the course one, and it says enrolled in course live sessions. So that's going to work. Let's go down to this one and have a look. You have paid, and you have paid and are now able to access this live. And there we go. We've got the actual link to the page URL, and down there it says not enrolled in group live sessions, so they won't receive it. And now we're going to go in there, and we're going to go 1 hour before. We're just going to check that this is enrolled. So enrolled in live, and we've got all the good information in there. This is the paid one. So again, it's got the link in there, and it says not enrolled, which is perfect. We're going to check in this one as well, and just check down 15 minutes before, enrolled in group live sessions, and this one should be not enrolled, and the link there to the thing not enrolled. So people getting this one are going to go through to the page. So they're going to go through to this page, because that's the page they're going to use to access it, because they can't go into the course to access it. So you basically now filtered and split two sequences of emails, one going for people that have paid for it and one going to people that have registered in the site for the live in the course. So that's how you can do it. Now you can get even more technical with this. If you've got this live running in multiple courses, you could set an email sequence up to target those courses. Again, all you need to do is go in there and add that new link in for a new course. So if this is going into another course, you would basically clone this up and you would say only enrolled in course whatever the course is, and then inside that course you would grab the link to that lesson and you would update this in here. Now what's great about this is at the end of it, when you finish setting all this up, you can go back into your live classes, and the next live that you run, you can come down here and you can clone it, and then all you've got to do is go into this course and change all those links to the new live lesson that's included in. Okay, that's all you've got to do. So you've got to maintain it and maintain those links, and I do suggest that you test these each time. So you just go into them and just test that it's working. You can easily do that. You can register yourself up as a student, and you can also go in and check inside here. So to test this one out, I can just preview this. I can click on there and I can see where it takes me, and it should take me into that lesson, which it has. And that's how I can do it. So I can test the other one out as well by again going into the live and checking the paid. So this time I'm going to go into this paid registration, see what happens in here. So I've got this link slightly different. It's for people that are not in the course. I can preview this, and now I've got this link in here. So if I click this, it's going to take me to this page for them to enter, because of course they will have bought this, they will have paid money for that particular course, and that's how it works. Pretty easy, and that's how it works. So it's pretty easy. You just need to be careful with it, test it out as a student, make sure you're getting it, buy that, maybe give yourself a coupon off of this course. To set up a coupon is really easy, 100% coupon. You could go to coupons and I could set up a new coupon, just call this one live for instance, and this way I'm going to be able to test this out. So I'm going to go percentage and I can go 100%, and I can go all products. I'm going to go live class, and then I'm going to all live classes, and then I can just put in here, I can put a limit if I want to, and I can apply that to every billion cycle, click add, and now I've got this live. So what I can do is I can actually grab that URL, or I can use this code live. So if I now test this out, I don't even have to pay for it. I can go in here, go into this. Obviously you'd be doing this in incognito. We're going to grab this URL here, so you can test it out this way. So I'm going to grab this URL, I'm going to open up an incognito window. Remember, I'm testing the live now, so I'm going to go in here and I'm going to go register now, and I can put another address in here. I'm going to redeem the coupon. Our coupon that we set up is just called live, and I'm going to go apply. That's now going to say 0, and now all I need to do is put my email address in here. So I'll set another one up. I'm going to go 20 for this one, plus 20, and that will work, and hit continue, and that will now, if I click buy, it will take me through to this, and it'll ask me to confirm my name. So I'm going to code Joe, and then we're going to call it James in here, and I set up a password for this as well if you want to. Well, you need to test it. So I'm just testing this now as a student. I'm going to click submit, and there we go. I'm now in this, so I can click go to there. Obviously it hasn't started yet, but I'm all registered, and I can check that that's working. So I can now go into my email account and I can check I've received that new email, but I haven't received the one with the direct button to the course. So I'm going to jump into that now, but just before I do that, I'm going to look at registered users there, and you can see that that's that new Joe James that paid for this, as if they paid for it, and we're now going to check what emails I've received. So I'm in my Gmail now, and you can see I have received one. This is actually my admin account, so you can see I've actually made a sale, and that's because I put that coupon in there. That's to me as admin. Now this is the user I put in there, which was David plus 20. So I can see that email's coming there. So if I click in here, you can see I haven't received that one with a link that goes straight to the course. I've now received that other email that's in there. So it's all working. You've successfully booked, and I've got all this stuff in here. So if I click through to this, I now will open this in and I can enter the live class as you would normally run. So we've run 2 lots of automations and we split it. So slightly more technical, because I've taught you there how to put a live into a course, but I've also told you how to set up an email automation if you're using it as a paid live as well. And using this way of thinking, you can put this same live into another course if you wanted to, but you'll just have to set up that link going through. So hopefully that is really clear for you. You might have to watch this video a couple of times for it really to sink in. But what we're trying to do here is just get it to be really accessible for our course members, but also have the ability to sell it as well. And you can see how we can set different emails to go out to people that buy against people that are already in the course or courses, because like I said, you could add that live to other courses, and then you could set up another string of automations to go out based on if they are enrolled in that other course or not. So it gives you a lot of things. I know it's hard sometimes to put all this stuff together, but once you've done this a few times and you have a goal of what you're trying to achieve, then it's not a problem. Remember, you can always clone these later, but do remember to update any of those links, because you're manually putting those links in as we showed earlier. So that's quite a big one, half an hour Ask Zenler there, but it was asked by one of the instructors on a Sunday live that I was doing. It was Jackie. Jackie asked for information on accessibility and making the experience for the user much clearer, especially if you're dealing with older people, you know, so you want to make this information really clear. I mean, you could go a stage further. You know, if you wanted to, guys, you know, you could do a video. So on this site page itself, in the course access page, you could go in there and actually do a walkthrough video telling them how to actually book. So you could put a video on here. You could do another block saying how you book for my lives, and then you can have a video walking them through each step they need to do to get into it, and also to tell them what to expect. So your email, there will be an email coming from me giving you a link directly to this course class, this lesson, and there will also be a follow-up email 1 hour before and then 15 minutes before, so you don't miss the live that I'm holding. So you could do that as a video and make it super clear in there for people, you know. So your choice. That just makes it a lot clearer. So if you had all of your lives in here, you could in theory get rid of the live lesson block down here. I would suggest that you keep it in there just because it gives people 2 options, but if it is confusing people to understand this, then you might want to get rid of it. Now remember that if you have any other lessons inside here, we've only got 1 in each, but if I had maybe a PDF download in this 28th of February one, when they do click through, they're still going to see the curriculum down here, so any extra additional information would be in that part of the course, as it would be for that first one as well, and any other sections that you set up. So you could still keep that information in there, but that linking method can really help you. Now you might decide that you'll do a whole section here that just says PDF downloads, and then you could get rid of this and you could do another button saying download your PDFs, all the PDFs we have for this course, and you could have another button, and then using this same method of grabbing this link, you could link to that lesson in there, so they could click PDF download and they would be in that area straight away. So this is just another way to extend what you can do in Zenler, and we've done it this way to make it so versatile for you to cross link between things and membership site. In this particular case, this course itself is actually part of a bundle. Okay, so this is part of a bundle, and I have these courses in the bundle. So I could, if I wanted to, just like here, I can link between the courses because they're all got access to this course, these courses in here, nowhere else, only in this course, in this bundle. So they have the ability in here to do exactly the same. They can jump between the different courses seamlessly, giving them a really good interactive, immersive experience. And this is the beauty of Zenler. You have literally limitless things you could do in there. You just need to know and understand how it works in the system itself. So that is another Ask Zenler, and we really hope you like this one. It's sort of an added bit to how you can make lives work for you.